In this video, I will demonstrate using a higher logic and a higher form of intellect than all the Masons combined why I am more powerful of a being than they are because of my superior philosophy and intellect. You see, when one has decided to fight the battle of life heroically, okay, and they say, well, I'm going to fight the good fight heroically. And they say, well, life is a battle, and to fight that battle heroically and well is the great purpose of every man's existence who is worthy and fit to live at all. To stem the strong currents of adversity, to advance in despite of all obstacles, to snatch victory from the jealous grasp of fortune, to become a chief and a leader among men, to rise to rank and power by eloquence, courage, perseverance, study, energy, activity, discouraged by no reverses, impatient of no delays, deterred by no hazards, to win wealth, to subjugate men by our intellect, the very elements by our audacity, to succeed, to prosper, to thrive. Thus it is according to the general understanding that one fights well the battle of life. Even to succeed in business, excuse me, I'll leave it there. Okay. Now, this is how they have defined fighting the battle of life. How they have defined what it means to have intellect. A measure of man is how well he's risen to rank, in power. To rank in power. Well, what does that mean? There is stated rank and there is actual rank. For example, if somebody was the strongest man on the planet, but he wasn't given his credit, and somebody else said, well, I'm the strongest man on the planet, and everyone starts bootlicking to him, does that mean that he has fought the battle of life more heroically? Does that mean that he actually has the rank he claims to have? Or is that some kind of a joke, a facade? A costume party, if you will. So what you see here is Masons, according to them, using their own scale of a man, have said, well, if you fight this battle heroically, and they use the word heroically now, mind you, ironically, that you will rise to rank and power. Well, I have risen to the rank of the top martial artist, even though they are covertly drugging me, and nobody in actuality, in reality, could strip me of that rank. They can only make claims in the costume party of the media and entertainment, what have you, and the sports industry. I have risen above all men in combat, in ancient combat, in natural combat. And this does not escape occultists. This does not escape the most insightful of men. So when they have failed to subjugate me, they have failed to outsmart me, even with the assistance of their network. It shows that they are inferior to me in intellect, and I am fighting the battle of life more heroically than they are, using their own scale. And I'll tell you why they failed. They failed because they thought that they could use some of Lucifer's tactics, a page from Lucifer's playbook, and they could magically rise above me. You see, the highest form of intellect is the highest applications of morality, a masterful application of morality. That's why God is basically one letter away from good, and the devil is one letter away from evil. And when you look at the letters, right, D and O, do good, do evil. For the same reason the devil could not rise above God, because of his inferior philosophy and the fact that God is God. But now let's compare him to Angel Michael, who defeats him in Revelation. The devil could not rise above Michael because Michael had a superior philosophy, a superior intellect. The devil was trying to win. He was focusing his intellect on defeating Michael, and he was unable to do it. He was cast out, defeated, conquered by Michael in Revelation. Why? Why did that happen? Because Michael was practicing a higher form of intellect and spirituality than the devil was. Using Lucifer's tactics will only get you so far, and as soon as you apply them, you have put yourself beneath the most perceptive and intellectual men by default. There is no way around it. It is like cutting off your legs right before a race and thinking that you're going to win. That is what Masons have done to themselves. They have cemented their legs into the fucking ground, and they think that they have a higher philosophy and that they're going to win the race of life. And when they see that they are losing, they throw a costume fucking party and little immature bitch-ass plays, effeminate, transgender type, role reversal, queer fucking plays, to where they pretend that they're someone special. And then when they got power, and influence, they started extending that play to society, expanding it to include the rest of the world, Hollywood and all the media and all this propaganda. But as it was written by even a Satanist, Michael Aquino, the propagandist begins to despise his own propaganda that he's pushing. Just in the same way, the Mason, the insightful Mason, who hasn't completely abandoned morality, begins to despise Masonry. A lot of you don't understand that. Hopefully you never truly understand that from the first person point of view, being in their shoes. I've outsmarted them all. They failed to outsmart me and subjugate me. And why is that? Because my philosophy is superior. Even if they had 100,000 years to subjugate me, they would fail miserably. You see, they don't say use your intellect to kill men, but to subjugate them. So if you have to resort to killing them, then it doesn't speak well of your intellect. And that is part of why they gang stalk people or they run psych ops on their own people. Because it is really about subjugating you, getting you to quote unquote fall in line and take psychiatric drugs and completely bow down to their quote unquote expertise, to listen to the spiritual gurus they want you to listen to, the quote unquote spiritual mentors and guides they want you to listen to the quote unquote teachers they want you to listen to listen to the quote unquote shrinks, the psychiatrists they want you to listen to, thus putting yourself under their tutelage, guidance, control, and auspices. Their philosophy is the philosophy of cowardice. As soon as you do not stand on your own 10 toes, you are not walking the path. To get to heaven, you cannot be carried by a bunch of godless ninnies. You have to walk the path on your own. So when you rely on your secret network, you automatically put yourself beneath the most intellectual of men. I say it to you now and listen carefully. It is impossible to be an active member of a secret society or a conformist and to be among the most intellectual of men to ever grace this planet with their presence. You must live a life similar to mine. Let's even look at from their own point of view. Okay, was Socrates a follower or was he a leader? Was Pythagoras a follower or a leader. These weren't conformists. Even the people they look up to did not live a life like they do. They formed their own societies. They led their own groups. They didn't follow in the path of the idiots before them. They were nonconformists, and Socrates died for what he believed as a nonconformist. It is impossible to think the way that Albert Pike wants you to think and to be among the most intellectual of men. I have transcended them. I have fought the fight of life more heroically than they have. That is why I am a transcendent hero and they are a lonely pawn of Satan, a lesser devil. Thank you. So it is quite clear that from the philosophies of the founding fathers, the philosophies that have been with us, George Bush Sr. said the new American era. He was referring to, Novus Ordo Seclorum, the new order of the ages, the Eclogue of Virgil, the new era under Saturn, the new era of America. So, I just want to make this real brief, this clip. You see, it goes back to my challenge. They had the upper hand in trying to subjugate men using their intellect, just like they had the upper hand in trying to defeat me, my top martial arts challenge, because they've been covertly drugging me. Long before the challenger came around, long before they started hiding from my challenge as well. Let's face it. That's how it is. So not only did they fail to subjugate me using their intellect, they also failed to subjugate me while having the upper hand, while having the technology, while having other people's intellect at their disposal. You ever heard the saying, 2 heads is better than one? What about 6 million Freemasons across the world with access to technology, secrets, money, power, and so on? With such a dramatic upper hand, how did they fail? Are they unworthy? Are they incompetent? The honest man must say yes. The wise man must emphatically declare, of course. So then why have these people started a tradition of letting one's ego be his downfall? Why? Why can't they simply see the error in their ways and do the right thing? Well, you see, Masonry is designed to recruit inferior minds in the first place. Ask yourself, what kind of a person would blindly allow himself to be initiated into a secret society having no idea what is in store for him? Is that a wise decision? No. That is a very foolish decision. That's like saying, well, I'm gonna make this extremely important life decision, having no idea how it's gonna affect me, no idea what it is, but I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it because I'm smart. No, you're not very smart, are you? Not only did you sign up for a Luciferian kind of butt buddy fucking sissy effeminate club of queers, but you did so blindly and for the wrong reasons. You did for looking for the answers to mysteries, even though Mystery Babylon has been spoken of in the Bible. You did so for the wrong reasons. Smart guy, wise ass,